welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the podcast. It is an honor and a joy to be coming to you today with another show here. We have another guest interview. We're going to be taking these guest interviews and carrying them probably through the end of the year, all the way into the new year of 22, as Paul Jamison likes to call it. We're going to finish up 2021 strong here by bringing on some guests and getting some really good content out to you guys, and then just boosting us with some momentum into 2022. So I am excited, and I'm ready to see where the podcast goes, where the relationships go that we build, all the above. I hope y'all enjoying the podcast as much as I am creating it, because it's just a super fun time getting to hang out with you guys, getting to tell all your cool stories, and just connect with the community. So we have none other than Dylan Stephenson on the line today with Solo Cuts Landscaping. And Dylan is a super fun guy. He has a really unique story in the way he got into his business. So I'm not even going to preface it that much more. Just wanted to say I hope you all stay tuned for the length of the show today, because there's some really good content packed in here. And as always, if you would, leave those ratings and reviews at the end of the show, because that really helps boost us up in the algorithms. And I'm so excited to see where we're going. We're growing slowly but surely, and I can't wait to see where it continues to take us. So as always, also please remember to support the show sponsors, because without them, we don't continue to do the show. We got to have those to keep on going, keep this thing afloat. So without any further ado, we're going to hop right into today's show after we hear words from our show sponsors.
Hey, it's Marty, and I've been in the communications business for a long time. And our dirty little secret, well, among several secrets, is that we're just not very good at truly communicating.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Do you feel that way about your communication with clients? That it's just not as strong as it should be? That is why Brian has the Growing Your Business with Customizable Newsletters course over at LaunchpreneurAcademy.com. This is an opportunity to increase sales through better communication.
Help me! Help me!
Every month you're invoicing and billing, and that is the perfect time to share new and exciting information with your customers.
Check this out. I'm sending you some email.
Monthly email newsletters are a powerful way to educate, inform, upsell, and just keep the overall atmosphere of your business in tip-top shape.
Wow.
Get started today at LaunchpreneurAcademy.com, and that link is on your podcast app.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the show today. We have none other than Landscaper of the Year, Dylan Stephenson, on the line. Man, I am so excited for this interview. It's going to be so much fun. How you doing tonight, Dylan?
I'm doing excellent. How are you tonight, bud?
I'm good. We're just sitting here chatting before we hit record, and we're talking about the Landscaper of the Year. And if you listen to Brian's podcast, or if you know who Dylan is, you probably do. If you're listening to this, you know who Dylan is, and so we're giving him a hard time about that. And we'll get into that some more as we dive into the show. But just kicking it back here, we're gonna have a fun show today. Just kind of talk about Dylan's story and kind of how he got into things and his journey in entrepreneurship. And it's a tough journey. It really is. I know there's a big risk involved, and I know you actually took some risk. Your story is a little more personal like that when it comes to risk taking and stuff. So, if there is anybody out there that has not heard your story, let's just kind of really quick. Let's go through the highlights and tell us how you got to where you are today.
Okay. Again, my name is Dylan Stephenson. My company is Solo Cuts Landscaping. We're based out of Springfield, Ohio. So, how this whole thing got started was I bought a mower for a house that my first house that my wife and I bought, and bought a mower for that. And I just needed essentially just to pick up payments of a mower. That was really the gist of it. I didn't have intentions on going into this business full time because I was moving up the ladder at work when I was at Gordon's.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't really much intention on it. So then, as things progressed, I guess you'd say, I worked 5 years part-time on the company. So my schedule at work when I was at Gordon's was I was up between 3:30, 4 in the morning for work. I'd get off typically between 12 and 2, just depends on the load I had for the day. And then I would be out doing the lawn care landscaping deal. And I did that for about 5 years, just trying to grow a name, grow the business, get us like acquire some equipment, and just kind of set ourselves up for the position to take it on full time. And then I'd say last April was my very first month of being full time in the business, and we've grown quite a bit since. And it's been a fun journey. We've gotten to get ourselves into some pretty cool projects and some new avenues and landscaping that I like doing. So it's been a pretty good ride.
You said last April. It was 2 Aprils ago, right? Or was it this last one? Was it really this last April? 2021?
I apologize.
It was 20.
Had an April this year.
I was going to say, I know I've watched you through I was like, I know I've been following you longer than that. Okay.
So a little more than a year and a half, I guess you'd say I've been full time.
Yeah. Because I was about to be like, there's no way this is your first winter. This is your first winter full time. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what I thought. But well, that's cool. So you were in the corporate, well, I guess not corporate world, but you had you had a good job. I mean, a good stable job. You were moving up the ranks, like you were saying. And I know you've probably heard this on other podcasts if you listen. So we won't dive into this too much, but I do want to just really like hear the truth about what you felt. Like what was going through your mind? What made you leave? Like that? Because I know so many people out there that are like, man, we have a good job, and there's so many people that do part-time. They're the weekend warrior, and they can't decide if they want to make the jump. And it's like, what was going through your head? Maybe you could relate with somebody out there that is still in that stage of, I was full-time working there, part-time mowing. It's a huge risk, and this is actually something I was talking about. I was on a YouTube video with Jason Creel, and we were saying everybody's at different stages in life. Like, the risk for a single dude that's 20 years old leaving his full-time job to start is totally different than a guy that's like you, married, a mortgage, 2 kids, and it's like, how do you keep up with that's such a risk. So what was going through your head? What led up into really making you make that decision to leave the place and go full-time into your own company and kind of owning your own future? It's a loaded question.
It was, yeah. So I guess to kind of give everyone a little insight to why it was such a kind of like a tough or like a big decision, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like where I was working at Gordon's, like I was making $85,000 a year.
Yeah. That's a stable job. Like, what are you doing leaving that? Like, that's what people would say.
Seriously. And, and the job, goes nowhere. I mean, it's like, it was a great job. It really was. Like, I would never talk bad about the position that I had, and like, because it blessed me, because honestly, like, if it wasn't for making the money I did, like, I probably wouldn't have had in a sense, like, the means to like get it off the ground and not have to worry about much for that first 5 years, because like we didn't touch any of the income in the business for the 5 years, just reinvested it. Of what little money, I guess you'd say, we made just doing it part-time. But so it was a big leap. I mean, it really was, because like you said, married, 2 kids, it's like I'm going against the blade. I mean, whether it was because we didn't come from an entrepreneurial family.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's been at the company. I was just talking to him last night, like, dude, when are you going to retire? He's been at the company for like 35 years. You know what I mean?
And it works for some people. That's the thing, though.
Yep.
Like, it's not for everyone.
Yep, absolutely. So I guess I would say probably, a lot of, in a sense, like social media and like seeing what people are doing and seeing what people have achieved by starting their own company and like growing it had some influence to that, because I was definitely more involved in social media then than I am now, because now I just don't, with everything going on in the business and everything, like I don't have a bunch of time to like post 3 videos a week like I was doing, or consume a lot of YouTube. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but I just don't. Yeah. That's why it's like kudos to you guys doing these podcasts and everything. Like I couldn't imagine how much time it takes on the back end. So But yeah, so a spark just kind of hits where I like my passion for what I was doing at Gordon's just slowly started to dwindle. Because like I said, I was moving up. I mean, I started in the warehouse making $17 an hour packing trucks, and then getting in transportation I was working on nights, and then went to days. And I mean, I just moved right on up. And like there for a while, I was wanting to be in leadership and management, and just my passion for the business just really started taking off, and it was something I really wanted to do. So the year before I quit, I had Jordan and it was basically one of those things where it's like, okay, eventually we're going to, because we had kids and everything, it's like, eventually I'm going to have to make a decision here. Like, I'm either going to be done with this mowing thing on the side. Cause like, because I felt like if I'm not going to grow it for a purpose, especially with us having kids and everything, if I'm not growing it to eventually get to the point to take it on full time, then like,
what are you doing it for?
And I'll hang up the cleats and I'll enjoy getting off between 12 and 2 every day of my life, and have all that free time. So eventually made the decision that I was like, you know what, we're going to give this thing one more year, because and really the biggest thing was just waiting for us to get out of like the having kids stage. We knew we were wanting to have 2 kids. So once we had, our daughter, and got out of that, then it was like, well, now it's time. So we made a determination that the next year I was going to be leaving Gordon's. And I put in 9 years there. So we just made the decision that that's going to be it. Yeah. And so, there's a lot of, it's scary. Don't get me wrong. Like, cause you're leaving such a big job, and then it's like all the weight's on you. Like, not only do you have to, and this is something I don't really talk about much on podcasts and stuff, or we haven't really dove into. So, like I said, entrepreneurship wasn't in the family. Yeah, it's not. And, I told you that, my dad's been at the same company for 30 some years. My mom's been a nurse her whole life. And, I distinctly remember the conversation of when I had to tell my parents that, because I respect my parents, I respect their opinion, like they're everything that I fully respect my parents. But I knew it was going to be a conversation. Yeah. And, so I told, we was at dinner at their house, one night, and I told Jordan, I was like, I just looked at her. I was like, this conversation is going to have to happen sooner or later. Yeah. So, you know what I mean?
Might as well do it. Yeah.
Yep. So I was like, hey guys, just to let you know, because we're talking about insurance or something was brought up about insurance, and for the following year or something. And I was like, well, all right, cat's out of the bag. I'm not going to be working for Gordon's next spring. We're going to be taking the business on full time. And it was a shocker, but it was also, I think they knew it was going to be coming. Like there's, you know what I mean? But because I always talked about it, but I don't think they
never thought you really
when it would, or maybe it was just something, but yeah, we end up having that conversation. They voiced their opinion on it, and then I voiced mine, but ultimately they're like, we're not the man of the house. We don't control your life. So if that's what you feel is best for you guys, then that's what you do. And,
this is getting kind of personal, but and you say as much there as you want, but this is cool. I like this because I know there are other relationships that are going through this exact same thing, and you have a unique story that you can tell and help someone else out there. Mm-hmm. So if your parents were that maybe on the fence or not 100% supportive about it, and not to say they were talking bad about you, but it's like you're saying they just didn't. They had their opinions, you had yours. So. And are Jordan's parents in the picture? Are they still okay? What was their thought on it? You being her support. I mean, you take care of her. So what were there? Did they have how did it affect y'all's marriage? Or how did it affect their relationship? Is what I'm getting at. Did they really care, or what was that whole aspect like?
So what was basically her parents?
Okay.
Okay.
Because if yours were already showing concern, maybe what was hers thinking? Because you take care of their daughter. I mean, that's the most important job that you have to them.
Yep. So her dad ran a like a contract, did it like contracting.
Yeah.
There for a while. And this isn't to talk negative upon my father-in-law.
No.
But his it wasn't ran the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so there was a little bit of, like, I'd probably say, like, on her mom's end of it, there's a little bit of hesitation, just because, and even on Jordan there for a little bit, because, like, okay, all they knew was just like the bad things that happen from, come from, his business, I guess. So, they share their concerns too, but I think, but what was nice though is, like, they knew, like, I was, like, from the get-go, I was doing everything you'd say, like, legit. Like, I had 7 customers and I had insurance.
Yeah.
Like, I was paying insurance. Yeah. And, like, I had, like, a business account set up.
Yeah.
And like I actually filed all my stuff and took it to an accountant.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was like, because we're doing such a small number at the time, I just brought this pile of receipts in.
Yeah, I said, here, take care of it.
I mean, yep. But still, I was filing it right. Like, there was no BS about it.
Yeah.
So I think they knew, and then they also saw, like, I think they also knew, like, clearly this is something I'm wanting to do.
Yeah.
So same thing. Like, they showed their concerns, but they also showed their support.
Yeah.
I mean, so there was, like I said, there was some concerns.
It's cool though. It's cool though to me, the fact that you still, like, y'all made a decision together and decided, let's do it. Like, it's because you obviously, like you're saying, you respect your parents. You respect your parents' opinions, and they have so much wisdom, and they guide you. But at the end of the day, it is y'all's decision as a married couple, and I think it's really cool that you kind of just said, hey, let's not let them define our future. Let's let us define our future, and we can do this together.
Yep, and that's something. I mean, my wife and I were literally just talking about this the other night, because she's a nurse at London Correctional. There's opportunity for her to be.
That's not a common
crazy
nursing position.
No,
my wife's a nurse. I thought you were gonna say, like, a children's hospital.
No,
something like that.
No, London Correctional State Institute. That's right.
Cool.
So, she's been there for. Well, actually, what's crazy is she put her 2 weeks in for her job the same day I put mine in.
Wow.
So literally,
my goodness.
Last year was, like, we would probably say it was, like, the biggest year of our lives.
Yeah.
Aside from, like, kids and everything, but that whole deal, So, and she left her job that she was at for 9 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, but, like, now, she has an opportunity to be working at our hospital here in town. So, I don't know. What I was going to say, though, is there's this one thing we even talked, like I said, we talked about the other day, because she was asking, because we had a discussion about, her leaving where she's at now to take this opportunity at the hospital and all this. And one thing we just always fell back on was just, like, no matter what we've ever been challenged with. Sorry.
No, it's good.
No matter what we've been challenged with, we always seem to just find however to make it work.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it was just, but that's always been it. Like,
that's what it's about.
You just always figure out how to make it work. Like, and I told Jordan, I said, trust me, you moving jobs from where you're at now to a hospital isn't going to be that big of a transition compared to what you just did last year. But yeah, we just always seem to make it work, no matter what it's thrown at us. We just always seem to find a way to make it work, whatever it is. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
And it sounds like you do it together. That's the thing, is it's not when you get married, it's not a one person team. Like, it's not you. You got two, and you got 2 little ones.
Yep.
So they're just as much part of the decision as your wife and everybody else. So that's what you have to always have to think about.
That's the thing is, and and I'm not sitting here saying, like, it's always just sunshine and rainbows and we're just living this entrepreneurial life. It's all perfect. No, like,
you weren't living that life when your Salter was on back order and messed up so much last year and all that. Like, that was not sunshine and rainbows. I remember that.
I'm trying to forget about that.
Yeah,
that whole scenario, man. But no, it's just like, because folks always ask like, oh, how much better is it now that you're not working at Gordon's? And it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice because it's like I'm all in on my business and I'm able to take on as much as I want.
Yeah.
And we're able to get into so many like these bigger projects. Like, I mean, it's crazy, but it's like, but I mean, it's not like it's any easier.
No.
That is, if for anyone to say it's easier is probably talking out of their butt.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the nice way to put it.
Because it's like,
yeah.
Because it's not. Like, I'm still long days. Like, okay, if I'm not in the field, I'm sitting here on this computer, cranking out estimates, building designs, following up. Like it's just, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not to sit here and say like, oh, it's just been great. And, there's not times where I'm like, man, like, I feel like all I've done is just like this year we're talking beforehand, like how wet it was this year and just how stressful it was. It's like, you get to a point where you just feel like you're just on repeat.
Yeah.
I mean, and, but it also comes with the territory, but so there's both ends of it. There's great perks to it, but there's also the, like it's a lonely world sometimes because you're the only one that fully understands it. Like, as much as my wife is a soundboard, there's still aspects of the thing where it's like
she'll never get
only the person who is in the shoes of running this thing and making sure it's going would understand, you know?
Yeah. Do y'all have like common like reflections? Like now that you're a year removed from kind of the whole big step, the big decision to both leave and all that, do y'all ever just look back and be like, look how far we've come and like how proud of yourselves that y'all are? Like, do y'all talk about that a lot?
Yeah, man, you're bringing up every conversation we've had like, in the past like 2 weeks. We'll talk about that a lot, like whether it's like a job I'm on and it's like, look, like, do you see what you're installing now?
Like,
do you see what kind of like work you're doing? Or like we just picked up a new HOA condo complex, and I'm sitting here thinking like, holy moly, like this, we're about to be maintaining this beautiful place. And one thing that like, I'm not, like I said, I'm Facebook wise, if it wasn't for a business page on Facebook, I wouldn't have a Facebook.
Yep.
I'm just, it's just not me. It's just not my thing. But the nice part is though, is sometimes it'll pop up like a memory.
Memories. Yeah.
And it'll be like, I'm talking just 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, but like the season before I went full time, and it'll pop up memory of a job I did. And I'm like, and I'll tell Jordan, like, you remember how nervous I was to send this? And it was like a $900 mulch install.
Yeah.
Quote. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy to see like that transition of like where we were just a year and a half ago to now. And then, getting recognized in our town like that. Like, I'm like, when that happened, I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Like, how is this possible? Like, we're just getting started. But we reflect like it'll just randomly something will come up and be like, I mean, even with her, like herself, like what she's doing, now she's like taking up with her degree and everything and nursing and, where she's came from to where she is now. And then like, we always like reflect on the kids and everything. It seems like that's a common thing. Just something will spark up and it's like, oh my gosh, you remember when this was a big deal? So
I think it's important though, to remember where you can, like how you got to where you are. I think that's an important thing to do. I don't know. I think it's really cool the steps y'all took to get there and how you're prospering from it now. So we just went through so much life in the first 20 minutes, and if there's anybody that has no clue who you are, they're like, what are they talking about? Like what are they talking about? So I guess give a little bit now of kind of what the business is doing now and kind of how you're running and where you're headed in the next year or two.
So right now we're about, I would say we're 70% landscape. Like if you talk revenue wise, probably 70% landscapes, 30% lawn maintenance.
Oh wow! So you've switched over to that much? I didn't know. I didn't realize you had gone so far into the landscape, like gotten that much ahead. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Like we only have. I think we finished the year with like 37 million accounts.
Wow.
Like,
I know you're wanting to get out of it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like on the fence. I wouldn't mind having like a lawn maintenance
Division
side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would be nice is to tie that in with like fertilization, weed control.
Yeah. It's a different ballgame.
Or
right
like
there,
just like
though.
our like if we're doing lawn maintenance, like they're like a full service client then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're doing everything of theirs, not just
We're not just going out there to
mowing.
mow and blow.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So but yeah, like I don't push hard for mowing. Like this year was really where I set my foot down on like unless you're like a hop, skip, and a jump from already a property,
Yeah.
like
Not taking you on.
we're not. And then even at that point, it's like I'm also going to give you a rate that's probably not what you're used to getting.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'm just not wanting to fill my schedule up with.
So what does it take you? Y'all are all weekly, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So what do you?
I have no bi-weekly.
So what are you finishing in 2 days, 2.5 days of mowing? 3 days.
So yep, 3 days.
Okay. Yeah.
3 days.
So
Yep.
three mowing, 2 landscaping.
And that was, and what was nice was Jacob was running the mowing. So when we first started off, I'd say we started the season off with like a little over 40 accounts, but one day was strictly commercial with some apartment complexes. We're doing some smaller commercial stuff. So on Monday we tackled it together just because it's more efficient that way.
Yeah.
But then the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Jacob was doing all the residentials by himself as I was doing the landscapes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that was really ticking, man. Once we got that second truck, when we finally found a second truck, because man, the used truck market, I was like, I'm
insane.
not overpaying for it. It's so once we were able to like he handled the mowing end, I handled landscapes in. That's when I really got the taste of. We had like 2 to 3 solid months of that going on because September 1 he had to go out for an internship.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the taste of like, so this is what it's like to like have both fires burning at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's
a game changer. Like that is such a big, like gets that ball rolling on like growing the business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because really like I was cranking out landscape installs, like, and I didn't have to worry about the mowing getting done because Jacob was on it. I was like,
this is where it's at. Yeah.
This is where it's at. So that's why I wouldn't be opposed to there being a mowing division.
Because that income's still coming in.
It's still coming in. And also like, if we're doing, like we just picked up this new HOA. So it's like, obviously the mowing's got to be a part of that, but we're also doing all their landscapes or shrub trimming, their fertilization, their cleanups, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind still having that, but it'd be like, we're either maintaining a commercial site, and I don't even want to get into huge commercial.
Yeah.
I don't. Because then now you're talking about you need 2 huge, big, multiple units.
Yeah.
And, maybe more guys, whatever. But it's like, if I could send out like a guy, Jacob and another guy, and then hopefully I can pull Jacob off of the mowing thing and start getting him more in a bigger role. Yeah,
you can.
I guess
go
answer your question.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that as long as we're dealing like the right clients.
Yeah. You got to do it the right way. That's what it's all about, though. Is you got to do it the right way. If you're going to do anything, do it the right way. If you're just now starting out and you're going to start a mowing company, start it the right way. Like don't start it the way so many of us have, where you've priced it $25 below what it should be priced, and you just take things 45 minutes from your house and all that. You just do it right from the beginning. So that's
and that's a go ahead.
No, you're good. No, go ahead. What you got?
And like starting off, that's such a tough bite.
It is.
It's like because you're in that pickle of you're new guy on campus, and you're just trying to get work in. So it's like, in a sense, like you can't be the most expensive guy because you don't have the credibility, like a lineup. Yeah, you don't have credibility. Is that what you said?
Yeah, credibility.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
so there's nothing wrong with being like, to get in there and like get some money coming in and get the name out. Nothing wrong with being like, now when I say a little cheaper, I'm talking like, if it's a $45 cut, you come in like, yeah, for $40. You know what I mean? Like, okay, are you gonna
not really underselling yourself, but you can't be the most expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. But then, man, but as soon as you can though, get like you were saying, like as quick as you can get to where you have the calls coming in, you're not the cheap guy. Like start and like even for the beginning, increase your prices every year. But that's man, starting off is such a tough bite.
Yeah, and
it's such a tough bite.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. I didn't even have to do that technically. I mean, because I bought the business that I have now. It was a lot smaller than we have it now, but I still had about 20, 25 clients that I took over with it. So I wasn't out there door knocking trying to get my first customer. So I feel, look, guys that have started that way, I have major respect for. The ones that were out just literally like, hey, can I cut your yard? And they started in their neighborhoods. And how did you start like part-time?
So, like I said, we bought the mower for our house.
Okay,
I had to get a commercial mower because our house is up on this steep hill.
Yeah.
So it's like the only way it could be done. Like I'd burn a residential mower up in no time.
And you said,
Yep. So I picked up my wife's grandparents' insurance agency, which was like my bedroom. I think is bigger than the lawn. Her grandparents' house, her grandparents' neighbor. I think that may have been the first 3 I ever picked up.
Yeah.
And then it just
kind of took from there.
I'd post on Facebook,
yeah,
hey, striping the lawn or something, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of gradually grew, into what it is now. But yeah, that's how I got started. Those like no intentions.
Yeah.
When I say zero intentions, I mean zero intentions on doing this it was not on the scope at all.
That's funny.
At all. Yeah.
Hey, Lord works in mysterious ways. That's funny. So you actually, I kind of want to hear your perspective on this too. So this year was your first year getting Jacob out there on the mower by himself and you not being there.
Yeah.
And talk into that a little bit about how you went about training or advising him and really just like handing over that trust of those clients that you've been doing some of those ones you've been doing since you were part-time. And then now that you've been doing it full-time for the last year and a half, like what kind of trust, how did you go about that? Getting you just totally stepping away from the mow? Like that's a big step. We were actually, that last podcast we were on, I was talking about that and I was like, in my case, I'm in a bad place and I don't want anybody to do this and get this far in is I've been doing this for 4 years now and I've been mowing the same properties and it's like, man, I know you're not going to cut the yard as good as I cut the yard. And I know the customers aren't going to like that. So like, how do I get myself out of the everyday mowing to go do other stuff like you did? I mean, that kind of talk into that a little bit for somebody out there that's maybe in that scenario.
Yeah. Well, it helped with the fact that I don't like sitting on a mower. So
you just didn't, yeah.
So, but no, it is a big deal because that's your baby.
It is. And that's exactly, yeah.
That's yours. You have another truck. You have a truck going out hauling your equipment, your name, whatever. Boy, that's a lot of money rolling down the road.
You got 60, 70, 80 grand rolling down the road. Yeah.
And but no, so he was with me all year last year. So he knew the properties.
Okay, so he was with you last year.
But he didn't mow once last year.
Yeah. But he at least knew the route. He kind of knew the properties and the routes.
Yep. So when he came back from college this spring, I told him, I said, man, my goal is to get to you to where like we can send you out. And I asked him if he was comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Because like if he's not, I don't want to put him.
You don't want to force that on him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like if that's not what he wants to do, then hey, we're going to figure it out then from there. But I told him that was my goal, and so we finally ended up getting a second truck. That was a long process to even do that. But once we did, I took him out to my brother and his wife. They're going to be building a house on a plot of land. It's 2 acres or so. Mm-hmm. So right now it's just grass. And I asked my brother, I said, hey man, you mind, like this is going to get cut. Yeah. So you mind if, he's like, of course. He said, absolutely.
Please do it. Less work for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I took Jacob out there and I was like, man, just go. Like, just get the feel for it, whatever. I said, just go and just mow, whatever. And I told him, I said, don't worry about like how straight your stripes are or whatever. I was like, for one, this is it's basically a grass field. So just,
it doesn't matter. Just mow.
Yep. So we went out there a couple times, practiced on that. And I told him, I said, man, I was like, this is worst case scenario. We'll never do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but you go in one of our properties that you've already been on. All you have to do is follow the stripe. All you have to do is follow the stripe.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And my thoughts were, I have never once had a customer, even from when I started, I've never had a customer ever tell me like, you mind straightening up your lines just a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. I've never
have I ever.
Yeah.
And you never have either. And you started off not knowing really how to stripe.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So hopefully this is going to help you out too. My thing was, I told Jacob, I said, speed will come in time. The more you get more comfortable with it, familiar with, where you can, how to turn, everything, speed will come in time. I said, all I ask is that you just put down a good cut. You just, as long as he is 80% as good as I was.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah.
What more can you ask for? Like, that's like best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because seriously, I told Jacob, I said, the only time you'll hear probably someone complaining is if you didn't weed eat something.
Yeah.
And
that
you
is
think
true.
of how simple
Or you
that
missed a
is.
big spot like mowing if you
I said,
took a turn too wide or something. Yeah.
Yep. Other than that, man, I've never once in my life ever heard someone tell me to straighten my stripes up.
Yeah, the stripes. Now blowing though, my goodness, don't you ever forget to blow off a porch or something? I've gotten.
Don't you ever?
Don't do that.
I mean, but it was.
That's the stuff he already knew how to do though. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But I didn't make it lightly though.
Yeah.
Because like my thing was, I was like, because this is a big deal that you're, like.
I mean, your name's on it. That's the thing. Your name is on it. Your reputation.
So I was like, I didn't make light of anything, and it all just fell back on. And I was like, speed will come in time. But I said, but just do a good job.
Yeah.
That's all I can ask for you. I said, do a good job. And I said, and the biggest thing was, like people would always say like, well, what if they tear something? I said, and I told Jacob, I said, if you hit something, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
A downspout, pop-up emitter gets somehow kicks up, whatever. I said, it's going to happen. All I told him, I said, I just better not find out about it from a customer first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I better not find out from a customer first. If you call me and tell me right away, this is what happened, whether it's big or small, I can immediately relay that to the customer and I can settle it there. I said, I don't care about that. I said, I just better not hear it from a customer first. And that was what it was. And then eventually I got to a point where there was some things he was calling on. I was like, Jacob, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're fine. But no, because it's just one of those things where you just don't take it lightly or else they will take it lightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, if they brush something under the road, like what else are they brushing under the road?
Yeah, man, we've had that conversation on this podcast before. Exactly. If they see you do something.
So I just stayed on it. I was just like, man, I better not find out from a customer.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like my biggest fear was like me not being on the property, being able to like walk over everything and make sure, because like, like when you mow a lawn, you're like, I don't have to go back over this.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So going out with him and, but it wasn't like I threw him to the wolves. Like I sat in the passenger seat.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, dude, you're driving, not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm basically shadowing you. So I weed eat it. I wouldn't say nothing. I'd walk and make sure he hit something, make sure everything was hit before we left. I'd give him some advice, tips on like, there's some that have a certain hill, I was like, hey, this is the best way to take the hill or cut this side just because of how the slope is and stuff. But he's a smart guy. And I'll tell you, like just Jacob himself though, like I had no fear on him, like pulling a truck and trailer though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I didn't. And that is something that scares me to death or what a concern of mine is, if there comes a time where Jacob is, because he went to school for ministry, so he is in Ireland for 3 months, working. It was some internship he had to do for his degree.
Yeah.
And that's why he was over there. And so the day's going to come, unless I can keep growing and put Jacob in a better role. But because I told him, I was like, man, we can do ministry on a mower.
There you go. Yeah, we can figure something out.
We'll figure something out to keep you on.
Yeah.
But
ministry on a mower.
You're welcome.
I like that.
You're welcome.
Take that one to the bank.
If there comes a day where he's not going to be with me anymore, that is when it'll be a real thing. Is when it's like, now I have to trust someone else to take this truck and trailer out.
Yeah. And not kill somebody.
Because that's my biggest fear of it all. It's not the fact of mowing a lawn and all that stuff. Because it's just grass.
In the grand scheme, it's so small. Exactly.
It's just grass. It's the pulling a truck and trailer, then being safe, and being safe driving out there. That's my biggest concern. Other than that, they're not going to do anything I haven't done.
What's your opinion on this? So I've already thought about this for the future. If I do decide to scale into multiple crews, is what is your thought on transitioning? And I know, it costs money, but transitioning into like an Isuzu type setup, a trailerless setup. And what are your thoughts on that for bringing on new? Is that something you'd be open to doing? Because that kind of eliminates your biggest fear there. So,
yep, yeah, I would not be opposed to that at all, especially because you can get an Isuzu, especially because like I don't want a slammed week of mowing.
Yeah, you don't ever want that. Yeah.
So I'm okay. Like the Isuzus, I think would be pretty sweet because you can also get them with a dump body. And nowadays you can even plow snow with them if you're wanting to do that, but like part I like is you can get a landscape body on to where they dump, and you can utilize them for both aspects.
Well, and they got the fold down sides. You can put pallets of rock or stone, whatever in there. Yeah.
So because like what I'd like to do is, say, if I had solid route, say like really good solid route, 3 days of mowing, but they're all great, great paying clients, great properties. Then another 2 days, they'd be doing like the maintenance stuff where it's like, weed pullings, shrub trimmings, something that's like not like big design installs where like I need to be
the
there.
Stuff that you don't need to be doing, the stuff that the business owner should not be doing.
Shrub trimmings, like whatever. Like you can still utilize that truck for all of that. So if I had, say like when we were getting a second truck, if I had the capital, just go ahead and buy it. That probably would have been the route I would have went, to be 100% honest. Yeah. I think that is a great thing. I think they're so versatile. You don't have to pull a trailer.
Yeah.
That's that right there.
I think I might, if I do next year, I would really like to start to scale a little bit more and maybe.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What scares you of just what?
Oh, of letting somebody else go on their own?
A day.
Oh!
I wouldn't try a day.
Oh, it's happened. No, they've done it because I destroyed my hand.
What's happened?
No, nothing. It all went good.
Whoa!
Yeah. No, yeah, it went good. So here, my current situation is, the guy that I have he's my full time guy. He's been with me for like 2.5 years now. Super good. Great. Does everything. He works good. He knows what to do on the properties. Hates driving the truck and trailer. Hates it. It scares him. And so it's it turns into a dangerous situation of he can do it if he has to, but he's not comfortable. Like he's not. And we have one property where it's in a dead end, and you have to back up like a quarter of a mile to get out of the street. And I'm like, there's no way he's getting out of that if he goes in there. So that's really my hang up is like, well, I don't want to fire him because he don't want to drive a truck and trailer, but I'm almost at the point of like, I got to figure something out. Like I gotta
train him.
Huh?
Can you then just work with him on getting comfortable?
On getting with it? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. We're still in the stage of he's my age, so he's my friend. He's not just a random employee. So he's worked with me, I mean, since I started almost. And I think he's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. I'm still trying to figure out if I can, kind of like you're saying with Jacob, if I can get him to a position where I can actually retain him and make a career for him. And so it's like, because if that was the case, then I would already look at transitioning from the trailer, because I think I'm already looking for next year or in the future years of, even if I can't afford the Isuzu or whatever, I'm going to go to the ramp rack for just a small, to start up a second crew to get, I mean, because you can fit a 54-inch mower on a ramp rack. You can fit push mowers. So for a second crew, I mean, I already have my trailer. I can use that if I have to, but that would give him ways to go out and go on his own and drive a trailerless setup, I guess you could say. So that's my biggest hang-up.
Yeah, like I would say, man, if you had the money for the investment on an Isuzu, man, because the downfall of the ramp rack is like that's your truck.
No, yeah, that is, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're not doing
it's not like you're going to be hauling mulch or debris back there anymore. No. You know what I mean? So that's the downfall. It's like,
yeah. But it's a very
limited.
But it's kind of a, like, I have a truck right now, my original truck. It just sits here essentially. Like I bought it to start the second crew. So you don't know this, but I destroyed my hand with a hedge trimmer back in May, and it like screwed my whole year up, my plans. So because we were going to be like, I was going to start landscaping a second crew, let them go out mowing, and that's why I bought a second truck and had all this stuff planned out. Was booked out 6-8 weeks, and then it just all fell apart. So this year was kind of just like a get by.
Hedge trimmers,
yeah. It turned into a get by year and get our mowing done, and then just to get through. So next year we might, but like this truck just sits here, so I might. I don't do anything with the truck. Like I might just convert it into the ramp rack, just because the ramp rack's a pretty cheap investment. like it's only, I think it's like less than $5,000 for the full size one. So you can $5,000 and you have a setup right there, because I have a truck sitting here paid for and that type of thing. But no, the Isuzu is where I would like to go. But I'm kind of and this might be bad on me. I might need somebody to bring me back to earth a little bit. But I'm almost like I have an 18-foot trailer. I don't really want to upgrade and invest in an Isuzu until I can afford to get the box on it. Until I can afford to get the box truck, because I'm like, that's what really makes the difference, is being able to just shut that door and never have to worry about anything getting stolen, never having to get out of the weather. So
I see what you're saying. So you're wanting a fully enclosed.
Yeah.
Deal.
If I design,
see, I'm looking for the landscape.
The landscape. Yeah.
For mine, that's what. But we know we have a shop that we keep all our stuff in. You know,
and that's, I don't have a shop yet. So all my stuff. I have a basement, and I have place in my yard to put it. So if I just had if I had an enclosed box, it would keep me from having to unload it and put it in the basement and all that. Yeah.
I agree with you. And you know, like that's another thing, is I'm blessed for the place we have. But if I didn't have that, I would definitely, then it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'd have I don't know if I'd Brian's Lawn maintenance it with the
enclosed
4 storage units.
Oh yeah,
and enclosed. Because man, all I can think of is like, I don't know. I'm just super grateful for the shop we have.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can't complain. So but yeah, that I see what you're saying though. That'd be a tough deal.
Yeah.
But so I could see the box truck being
that, and there's so much. I mean, you can get one for $25,000-$30,000 with, I mean, a used one. They're not. It's not outrageous, but it's like I need to bring on I need to get some more stuff flowing before I go make that investment. And that's not something I'm just going to do because I want it.
Right.
But yeah, that's, I don't know. Big dreams, big goals. But
goals, man.
Exactly.
And it's not even that's not even like unobtainable.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's,
you know, because this is like I was just talking to he's another company here in town. New View Property Maintenance. So he's a pretty big operation. Yeah. And I was just at his shop the other day or yesterday, because I dropped him off some money, because so our city is no longer doing like the piles of curbside pickup on leaves. They had the big debris litter and stuff, and I was like, hey man, will you, if I get these piles and send you a list of addresses, will you grab them? He's like, yeah, I mean, no problem. And he's super, super cool dude. And he had never charged me a penny. So I gave him $100. I said, hey, buy your guys some pizzas at
Yeah,
the end of the
do
week.
something,
You're
yeah.
good. You know, yeah, something. Because I mean, seriously, for them to, because when they head out, they know what their list is that they got to, or what their schedule is of
Yeah.
what they need to do. And then Jesse to call and say, "Hey, I need you to pick up a few more piles for Dylan." Like that's probably not what you want to hear.
no.
So that's me showing my appreciation and getting them some pizzas. But because we're to the point to where I think like we definitely need like equipment. It's like a mini skid loader.
Yeah.
Like we're getting into these projects that are big enough to where like
You're renting too much.
yes, like I just spent $1,200 in 4 days of rental.
I saw
and
that.
I'm like, I just made a payment in 4 days.
Yeah, just on that.
Only 4 days of use.
Yeah,
and I already
insane.
made a payment on a month.
Yeah.
So
You could have it for literally for a month.
Yeah, I seriously, and I'm just like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So like, I'm gonna go looking pricing for a Dingo TX 1000.
So
because like
before you continue, what do you think that rent? So I've always been curious to hear about this. The people that do use heavier equipment and rent it. I rented one for my first job. I rented my first piece of equipment the other day actually. And do you think you've lost jobs because you've had to put the rental charge in the price too? Like you weren't able to, you didn't have the machine, so you didn't. You're always going to charge. I honestly don't know how it works. You're honestly going to charge a price every time your machine's on the property, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But are you going to charge the amount that a rental rate is every time, even if you own it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I genuinely haven't done enough of it, so it's like it. Yeah. So the rental rate versus the owner rate, you're gonna pay that. You're gonna charge that customer that no matter what, whether you own it or rent.
Yep. And and that was something I even talked. My buddy, he's gonna listen to this. I know he is. Jesse Widener at Widener Landscaping. I was just talking to him about this the other day. I was like, man, okay, like that job that I'm doing right. I don't know if you've been following.
Yeah, the one with the mini skid. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like almost a third of the bill is equipment rental.
You're not even making. Yeah.
I'm like, and that's getting charged to the customer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it could be going in your pocket if you had the machine.
Yeah. And he's like, I mean, he said that's just the game, because he said, okay, say you didn't have that piece of equipment, Dylan, you're gonna be there dying, 3 times longer, and because your hourly rate, you're going to be way over what that rental is anyways, or equipment piece is.
And be a dead person.
Like, and that's what it takes to get the job done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No way. So, yeah, so like if I owned one, it's going to be,
it's going to stay,
it's going to be,
and I think that's a fair, I think it's a fair thing to do, because
what's wrong with that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why should the business owner be punished for owning a piece of equipment versus renting it?
Yeah.
Because this is my thoughts. Okay, 2 things. One, a customer's paying not for the process, the end result.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes me 6 months to do it, or if I could be in and out of here in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Say I charge whatever the price is. This is whatever the price. You're paying for the end result. You're not paying for how it gets done. And, same thing with a piece of equipment. It's like I said, if I didn't have it, then you're going to pay a crap ton for hourly work.
You would charge them more. I mean, just for the hourly.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's cool. So, it sounds like you need to get you a piece of equipment then. It sounds like next time you talk, you better have something in your arsenal.
Man, and honestly, like the biggest.
So what's holding you back? You jumped on me for not going on not getting out of the mow crew. What's holding you back? I mean, it sounds like you got the work. What are you waiting on?
Because that'll be our biggest investment.
Yeah, that's your biggest piece of biggest purchase.
That's so that it's just like it's almost one of those things where it's like okay, I mean, I never thought this would even be a thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
now you're looking at dropping 60 grand on
you see all these people that have this equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're like, am I at that step? Is that this step? Like, is that we're getting this is our next hump is like, now that we have this piece of equipment, we're going to be able to shave off, say 12 hours per job, versus physically a whole bed cut out. We're loading all the sod in a wheelbarrow, running it on up in the trailer. And I can shave hours and hours and hours off these jobs and open up because right now I only rent when I absolutely have to for a job to get done.
Yeah.
Let alone having one at my disposal.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah.
boy, I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what.
So it sounds
yeah,
like, look, here you go. It's time to pull the trigger. You got it. You're ready to do this thing. I mean, it's like you're saying.
It's that, like, don't get me wrong, because they're not cheap.
No,
You know what I mean?
not
So
by
this is our
any
biggest
means.
investment.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not like, okay, when we bought our white truck, like, we had to do that, and it's because that was our main family vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it was going to be, hauling the kids around and everything, not my wife's little Civic that she had. Like that just wasn't
yeah.
So the truck was easier just because, like, I'll have this
both ways. Yeah.
It's just a different feeling, because like the business is benefiting from it and the family. Like directly, like, you know what I mean? Versus like my wife's like, oh yeah, what's a mini skid loader going to do for
I don't
me?
know. Your son will benefit from the mini skid. As much as I saw him love GIE, he will love the mini skid.
He still talks about that. Dad, where was that place at when we saw the dump trucks, the skid loaders, the excavators? He still talks about that. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's just like,
what are they?
Oh
what are you looking at
We're
specifically?
here.
What do you like? What machine are you looking at? The Dingo? Is that what you said?
I really like the Dingo. I think the Dingo TX 1000.
So what are those coming in at right now?
Probably like 36.
Okay. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yep. And I want to, because we got the Toro Multiforce this year, so because of everything we got the Boss Blade and all that stuff. We're fleet. So I'm wanting to ask them if I can pull the fleet discount even on a Toro, because then it would definitely be a Toro.
Oh yeah, that would. Oh, yeah, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, get fleet pricing on that. But I don't know. Part of me is like, they'd probably be like, you wish you get 21% off. But
in your dreams,
you never know, because they could be like,
Hey, look, just tell them you'll shoot a YouTube video for them, and then they might do it. I mean, you never know.
Oh yeah, all 3,000 eyes that I'll see him maybe. in its lifetime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the route I'm looking. But see, what's nice is, like, we're right in the middle of Ditch Witch is in Columbus, 45 minutes away. This Toro dealer's Moraine, 45 minutes away. Bobcat dealer is Vandalia, 40 minutes away. So it's like we're right there centralized.
You have multiple that you can choose from.
So yeah, so really it's just like, which one, like, after running the Bobcat, there's some things about it I don't really like. I don't like how tight the compartment is that you stand in.
It is extremely tight. I know that for a fact. I've run that one before.
Yep. The controls, I felt like, which I got used to them after a while, but it was like, so our rental place usually has Ditch Witch, the one I normally rent from.
Yeah.
So like, to back up, it goes like, you turn it one way, but it was almost like opposite.
Yeah.
For the Bobcat, and I was like, it's just weird. I don't know.
I was talking to the Ditch Witch guys at GIE. They were really cool.
Video games. Yeah, and like, I've never ran a Toro, but Jesse, I was telling you about, who I consider a mentor. He like loves it.
Really
loves it.
Really.
Yep. So, but yeah, so I think Toro is probably where I'd line up, and especially, I mean, if I can get fleet, like, it's a done deal.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's not even the question.
It's Toro.
Go ahead and send it my way.
Toro.
Yeah.
Represent. So, but we'll see. We'll see though.
I hear you. Well, man, we're already at 55 minutes. This has been too good of a conversation. I don't know. These are the kind of stuff. These are the kind of shows that I love. I mean, I love sitting here and just talking back and forth, and I like listening to this type of stuff too. Just it's real life stuff. So, you got anything you want to leave anybody with? I mean, what's some words of advice? I mean, you're two and a half or almost 2 years into this thing full time after leaving a full time career. I mean, what's some advice for somebody who's getting into this entrepreneurship journey and just kind of, I don't know, jumping in this thing head first?
Not to sound repetitive from when I was on Paul Jameson's podcast and we're talking. But the one thing I would say is, like, man, if this is something you're looking to do, like, it's like you end up making the decision, like, you mentally make, I feel like your mental game almost makes a shift to where, like, it goes from like just being some side work, whatever, to like your mind almost makes that shift to where it's like, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to grow it. So like you spark this flame up. It's like, don't lose that flame. Like even when it gets like you're putting in those long days, because trust me, like
you've done it. Yeah.
I've done it, and I know it sucks. It's a grind, and not saying we're anywhere close to where I want to be now. Like, but when you do make that jump, like that flame is just going to get even bigger, because now you're gonna be like, it's on me now. Like it's on you. And so just knowing like it is going to be, it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a battle, but man, like if it's something you really want, then like no one can stop you.
Yeah.
Like if it's something you truly want, and it's like no one can stop you besides yourself, because like you're going to be the one waking up every day, grinding it out in the work.
Yeah.
You know, no one else is going to be able to do that for you. And so in the flip, no one's going to be able to stop you, you know? So just if it's something you want to do, man, just go after it.
Go with it.
But you also need to, you know, but don't burn yourself out and kill yourself over it. Like you got to have some time to yourself. Like that was one thing I tried to do this year. It was like, golf has always been a passion of mine.
Yeah.
It's been a big deal for mine. So like this year I made it a goal to like, I got to a point where I was like, I want to play at least like once a week, even if it's 9 holes with my dad or something. So I ended up doing that, and ended up playing a couple tournaments this year too. So, I mean, it's just, yeah.
I need to come to Ohio and we'll go play golf. I love golf.
Going down to, so we do Myrtle Beach in March, first week of March.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There's some good courses down there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. My dad always went, with the guys he worked with when I was younger. And of course I was in school, so I was never able to go.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, he asked me if I wanted to. I was like, yeah, let's go now. Yeah. And so I get down there. This would be my third time going, and it's fun, especially just to get away with him and I did, like, cause that's something we've always done together.
Yeah.
Good. That's good bonding. Oh yeah, definitely. And just him and I can just go down there, play golf. You know, there's 12 of us that stay in a house. So, I mean, we're right on the beach. So it's fun to go down and just hang loose and just play way too much golf. That's all we do.
What are you shooting?
Probably low mid 70s.
Dang, so you're a real golfer. You're really out there.
Yeah, I can play.
You can play.
Like tournament we had I placed 7th out of, I think it was like 40 to 50 in my score.
So you're pretty mad if
78, 76.
If you shoot even, you're pretty mad. Or you shoot over over. If you shoot over,
no, I'd say like, because there's some courses that are tough.
Yeah.
But 70s, I'm like, if I'm not in the 70s, it's I'm pretty even.
I got a friend that I played basketball with in high school, and he still plays college ball, but he's 10 times better golf than his basketball. I mean, the dude goes out, and if he shoots 72, he's like mad. He's like, man, I should have done better. Like I can't. It's just I'm like, dude, what do you want? Like what do you want? I'm trying to shoot 80, and I'm shooting to 90.
Yeah, that's the thing I have to tell myself, because like I used to play when I was younger, like so much.
Yeah,
like every day I'd be at the course every day, and I have to tell myself, like, Dylan, like this was the most I played in probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And like even before that, it was like if I got out once every 3 weeks or a month, it was like got out. But yeah, it's fun to get out.
It's
and
a
play.
fun hobby.
I have to tell myself, like, you don't play near what you used to. So the fact you're still scoring good, just take it
as a win.
Just take it as a win and go. It's fun. It's a passion of mine, and it's at a little competitive. You get older, man. There's like you don't have that much competitive. Yeah. There's nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like to be able to go play in some of these tournaments and stuff. I do it just to get that little like competitive edge,
little adrenaline rush of just being
just
up,
a little bit, and you're just dialed in. I mean, it's a little escape route. Man,
that's right.
So I enjoy it.
I love it. Well, man, I have one final question for you. We ask all of our guests this on the show, and didn't clear with you first. I always like hearing true, honest, raw answers. What's your why? What's your why? Why did you leave a full-time job to come home? Why did you take that risk? Why do you get up every day and go work your butt off? Why?
I would say to create something that no one thought could be done, that no one would have thought would have been done. To create something that, like when we're trying to grow this thing, it's not just to grow just to grow. I want it to be something to where we're whether it's we're employing folks and supporting their family, whether we can bless others with we donate to 4-H kids, we sponsors things, there's more to it than just padding your bank account and growing something. Just say oh cool, I have all this equipment.
Yeah,
it does nothing. So just something where I can grow it to create something that that I didn't think I was going to be doing, and now I'm in this position. So it's let's make it worthwhile and actually benefit from this, and not just look cool and have equipment.
Yeah, take
if that makes sense. So yeah, absolutely.
I hear you. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, I super appreciate your time. We're already over the hour mark here, and such a fun time sitting back and talking tonight. I definitely want to hook up with you in the spring again, see what your year's looking like, and going into 2-2, as Paul Jameson says. And it's just so many great things happening, so many great relationships are being built, and I love being a part of it. So thank you so much for your time. Where can everybody find you on social media if they're looking for you?
Main one be Instagram.
Yeah.
Check us out on Instagram, Solo Cuts Landscaping. We have a YouTube channel. I try to post when I can. I used to really be adamant about posting multiple times a week, and now it's if I can get a video up randomly, I will. But yeah, so Solo Cuts Landscaping, YouTube and Instagram. That's where you'll find us. So
cool.
But thank you, man. Thank you for having me on here. It's been fun.
No, I appreciate it.
I know we had a short time to connect there at GIE.
Yeah.
So, and it's been tough trying to get, I was like, man, so we had planned a weekend ahead of time, and then it got rained out. I was like, man, I promise we'll get on this thing.
It is all good. It's all good. It's a hard time. You would think this time of year everybody's kind of slowing down a little bit. You'd think everybody have a bunch of free time. I think it's literally the opposite. I think everybody's busier than ever right now. I agree. Getting ready for snow, and it's getting rainy, and it's just a busy time of year. Holidays coming in, people traveling. So I totally understand it. I'm just glad we got it hooked up and got together. Yep. So.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the show today. If you would, leave those ratings and reviews. That'll really help us and just boost us into the rankings and grow this community one relationship at a time, because that's what we're in it for. I'm not in it to make $1 million. I'm in it to just give back one little piece of advice. If I could give it back to one person out there from just a little bit of stuff that I've learned over the years, that's what I want to do, is just give back to the community and maybe help one person out there. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all have a great weekend, a great day, whenever you're listening to this, whether it's the weekend or whatever. Spend time with your family. That's so important. I don't have kids yet, but I know when I have kids, that's gonna be a priority in my life, and I know it is for you, Dylan. Just remembering what's important. What is the most important thing? Money's important, but it's not going to last forever, and those kids are going to grow up quicker than you think. So. Go spend time with your family, have a good time, and just remember why you do it. Just build those relationships, and just I don't know, just be a good person. Help other people out there, and further the kingdom of God if you're a believer out there. So thank y'all again for tuning in to the show. We'll catch up with y'all here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram, or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.